Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, when I say live, what I mean is that I'm recording myself right now in real time, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next. So to respect your time, if you are looking for a video where somebody's doing a trade recap or talking to you with hindsight in their favor, this won't be a video for you. But if you are open to the idea of an unscripted, raw, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading can play out, then I'm confident you'll find value here in this video. So I will go ahead and pause the recording software for now, and I'll be back at the open. All right, I'm watching 176.25 here, potential short, meaning making money when prices are going down. Got filled. So took off 100 there. Trying to get filled down a bit further. I'm going to have to redo that one. So still have 100 shares left in case this thing wants to come down below the lows here. But as you can see here, struggling around this current area. So now I have 50 shares left. If you do hear me typing, that's just me making alerts in the private community. All right, so out there for a modest trade of 106. Let's see, yeah, NVIDIA, 158, 159, not a whole lot, and played Tesla, right? So that's unfortunate. As you can see here, Tesla did end up bouncing back upwards. So I got a move, but it didn't really want to give me any more. Still had those 50 shares for a while, but ultimately did not work out and actually sold those last 50 shares for basically break even. But we now have another potential opportunity here. I like 177, but in order for me to get in at 177, I want to see the price first get up there and hit, you know, let's call it 177.50-ish or so. So let's see it come up a bit more. There we go. Fantastic. Now if 177 comes into play, I will be interested. All right, that is close enough. 177.06. So let's see if this thing wants to roll back over or not. Not looking so good right now. So like I said, this thing's either rolling back over or it's going to come up, stop me out, and that'll be all she wrote. But for a while there, I thought I was going to get a nice little candle, but and it still may come back down, but we'll see what happens. I will go ahead and pause the software for now, and if it looks like it's either going to stop me out or if it's starting to go in my, well, I'll keep it rolling because is it popping up here to stop me out? Stop is at 178. So it's getting close here. Not looking good, getting very close. So at this point, fully, and I am out. All right, well, that one didn't work out. And yeah, at that point, looking like it maybe wanted to come back down. It didn't. So I'm now down 194. So nothing nothing major. RX, DX. Quite the 100 key level, 104-ish key area. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. I'm liking 105 here on RXDX. A nice little pattern here. So I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm currently watching that one along with a couple others. but this one definitely has my eye right now. I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, watching 179 here on Tesla, in at 179.09. So let's see if this thing wants to make a push down through. I need it to come down more than what it did. Okay, took off 100. Still have 200, so there's still money to be made here, but just trying to do a little bit of risk mitigation. Yeah, this level right here keeps getting stuck up, hung up on. All right, there we go. Okay, good, good. Let's see if we can get it to come back down through this area. Still have 100 shares left. See if we can get a breakdown through 178. There we go. Yeah, but bounce right back up through it. So took those out. Still have 50 shares left. Let's see if it wants to make another attempted move to the downside. 177.60 going to be a problem if it gets down to that level. All right, I'm going to get out there. So now down $21 on the day. And RXDX still looking interesting. That 105 level. I'm going to keep watching it. We'll see if it comes into play. Ah, yeah. Tesla just bouncing up. So it's hard. Right now, it's hard to find any sort of downside continuation on Tesla. Sure, in hindsight, I'll go back. I guess I should just go long. But again, that's hindsight trading, right? It's easy to know what to do when you already know what happens. But got the move bouncing back up. But this one's got a bigger spread. So, yeah, if I did do that one, I'd have to certainly do much smaller position size. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to pick up. Oh, I didn't mean 50 shares, but I'll go with 50 shares. So 50 shares here at 175. Looking for this thing to potentially double bottom. If it doesn't, then so be it. I mean, it's somewhat goofy right now just because, I mean, I have 50 shares, so I understand your point, Clay. Is it really worth it? And I don't know. So have an order out there because, yeah, there we go. So made like $5 on that one, but probably not. I need to look around or potentially reassess getting into the situation here. But again, I had 50 shares selected, pre-selected from the previous Tesla trade that I was doing, and I forgot to switch that back to normal size. But how high did it bounce? Maybe did I? Yeah, no, it only went up about 25 cents in my favor. No, I would still be in the trade, so it's not like it'd be game over, but and it still very well may bounce. But yeah, this move here on Tesla. So, and I didn't want to share the mistake here. And the mistake was an ego mistake, meaning it was coming down, and in my mind, and this is why I should not have looked at the P&L, and this is where I always struggle and why I'm usually never looking at the P&L, is that's okay. My loss is basically done, or my loss is basically diminished. Therefore, you know, that'll be for a better YouTube video, because I don't want to post a video where I'm actually down the $200. Not that $200 is anything, but again, if I'm just being blatantly, you know, transparent with myself, yeah, I didn't want to post. I'd rather post a video where I was down $20 versus $200. So that's why, you know, I pulled myself out, and then you can see, wow. So the ego voice got me. Again, not an ego in the sense of, oh, I'm the greatest thing ever, but more of an ego in a, well, I just don't, you know, I'd like to try to look as good as possible here for YouTube. So the good old YouTube voice, which I know, Clay, who cares what people on YouTube, and you're right. But all I will say is there's a strange dynamic that goes on if you know, start to do YouTube videos where it's like, I guess like any person, like everybody wants to be liked. I'm not going to deny that. I want you to like me. I want you to think nice things about me. Now, do I actually care? Maybe a little bit. Or if I didn't actually care, I would not have behaved as I did here by hopping out. Do I truly care though? No, I don't, which is what makes this all so silly. I can't believe I let something influence me that I don't truly care about, which just shows how, you know, tricky things can be. But so yeah, that was the big mistake on my end today. Was okay, Clay. Yeah. Being down, yeah, right around $20. Okay, that'll definitely be better than the $200 that you were just down, especially when you started off the day green, right? So let's not, but all silly, I understand. And if you've never watched my videos, I get it. I sound like a crazy person, but all I would ask for is just trade with some real money first. And you'll notice that you'll have all sorts of voices pop up in your head that you did not know existed. And I'm not saying that I'm not crazy, but I'm saying I'm probably not as crazy as what I maybe appear to be right now. If you give some context. And as I talk out loud here, maybe I should just call it good. Yeah, I mean, I could say, Clay, I think you're falling apart mentally, because, I mean, you did the 50 shares, which is, I hear where you're coming from, and you very well may be right, but in the heat of the moment right now, or is that just an honest mistake, or is it a mistake because I'm mentally falling apart? I don't know. But things you always need to be considering as a trader. You always got to be factoring in your personal psychology, because things can quickly spin out of control if you're not aware of it. Okay, too low a volume. Okay, it's only 9:52, so we're not even 30 minutes in, and I like to be on average 30 minutes. So yeah, I'll look around, but I also need to be very aware that, you know, maybe I'm potentially entering into the force of trade type category, because now I want to get back to green for the sake of the YouTube video. But as we've just discussed, probably more so a crazier mentality to have. But I'll pause and I'll look around. All right, well, I have my answer. The nail in the coffin is I'm done trading, because you heard me talking about RXDX, and look at that move. Very, very, very nice move out of this consolidation. I was watching it, tracking it, looked away for a few moments, and then just completely missed the move. So now, yeah, I'm certainly, like, you know, feeling that much more frustrated now. So I need to just be done, and if it is what it is, and then so be it. So yeah, closing down the day, red, $15 with commissions. I don't know, let's call it $20, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, sometimes that happens. Not a great showing, but a realistic showing. I am by no means, and the funny thing is, previous video was me making $585 in 9 minutes. Here I am in about 30 minutes losing about $20. So it just goes to show that, you know what, you're not going to be perfect every day. You're going to make those mistakes. And if I can encourage you to do anything, even if you sound like a crazy person, just be honest with yourself. I realize the reasoning for me doing what I did is pretty silly, Clay. That's pathetic that you cared that much about YouTube, you know, YouTube voices to do what you did. I agree. But it is what it is, and that's why, you know, you always got to be aware of it. But sometimes those pop up, and they can just, you know, play games with you. But, you know, at the end of the day, if I'm making $585 and then losing $20 here, or even if I had it at $200 loss, that's okay. I'll be okay with the way those numbers are working out. So yes, today I realized I look stupid. Oh yes, go back and watch the video previous to this one in the playlist. I think how to make $585 in like 90 minutes or 9 minutes, excuse me. Go watch, but go, oh yes, go watch that one. I promise I'm not as as much of a nutcase here, but also I think there's a good learning lesson because it really goes to show every morning is different. Some mornings you'll get those moves, and that would have been the case here. Had I gotten the move today like I did in the previous video, then I would have been just fine. But sometimes you don't, and that's just the nature of the beast. That's why you got to manage risk. And, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, I'll be okay. I'll be okay if I'm making $585 and then, you know, next day losing $20. So, you know, the account with those sort of numbers is going to survive. So, yeah, I made a mistake today, no doubt about it. Pathetic reasoning for making the mistake, but hey, I'm not a perfect trader. Hopefully I don't come across as trying to portray to be a perfect trader. I'm a human being just like you are, and sometimes the mental games get the best of you, and that's what happened to me today. And all that being said, I'm actually quite grateful that all the mental gains, you know, only ended up with a $15 or $20-ish loss. So if you enjoy these videos, if you enjoy the transparency, I realize this one is kind of like almost a therapy session. But like I said, this is live. I'm giving you the you know, the spur of the moment thoughts. And, you know, if you can relate to any of this, just understand you are not alone by any stretch. So if you enjoy these live trade videos, hit that like button, leave a simple comment down below. And thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.